Yep. Yeah, it's raining here in Chicago, but I'm going to start this video out like this, with a story from our childhood. This is the Calvary. Icarus. Daedalus fashioned 2 pairs of wings out of wax and feathers for himself and his son. Before they took off from the island, Daedalus warned his son not to fly too close to the sun, nor too close to the sea. Overcome by giddiness that flying lent him, Icarus soared through the sky, curiously, but in the process he came too close to the sun, which melted the wax. Icarus kept flapping his wings, but soon realized he had no feathers left, and that he was only flapping his arms. And so Icarus fell into the sea. Yep, I'm sure you guys know by now that Sergeant Willie Pete had a little bit of a meltdown over there at Gen X. He got a little bit too close to the sun. That's right. Sometimes you have to realize when you're just not quite ready yet. You're not quite ready to take on the Calvary, so therefore you're not quite ready to take on the world. The world is a lot harder than the Calvary, I tell you what. The trainings of Solo, there's only so much you can get out of somebody who doesn't know the world himself too well. It's a lot of experience had, by a lot of different people, including myself. Right now they're over there trying to build them back up. They feel like, shoot, we got the technology. We got the skills. We can rebuild them, which is very admirable. That's what they should be doing. Build people back up, because that's what us new style brothers do. We don't let each other fall completely into the sea. Everybody done figured out the Calvary was built by himself, and it's tough enough to withstand most anything. It's just the way it had to be. That's the only way to get the message across. The thing that everybody is really realizing right now is that African American men cannot be split up and separated. Now, I'm not saying that we got to roll with a bunch of criminals. There's no way in hell we can roll with criminals, thugs, offenders, and anything else of that type of crowd, that type of mentality. That is not a productive society. Now, if you're honestly reformed and you got your stuff together and you ain't sitting up there trying to rob, steal, kill, rape, or whatever the hell you was up to before, then you're okay. We're still going to look at you with a scrutinizing eye, but that's what comes with breaking the law and finding yourself behind bars. Basically, look, if I didn't commit the crime, then hell no, I shouldn't have scrutiny. But if you commit that crime and you found yourself in lockup, you deserve scrutiny. It's just the way it is. That's the way of the world. So right now, Pete is over at Gen X, man. He has learned a very, very, very valuable lesson about messing with grown men. He messed with the Calvary, and he got pushed back. I kept warning the brother, look, hey, now. Every time you take a swipe at me, I'm only going to get stronger. That's the way it is. You got to take those manly warnings seriously. I don't take your warning seriously because, they're coming from a guy who has way too much youth and not enough life experience. If you had life experience, you wouldn't let no complete fool who's sitting over here in Waukegan, hundreds of miles away, call your daddy and drop a bunch of F-bombs on him and you had nothing to say. Yeah. Ain't nobody should be able to punk you from 100 miles away in Waukegan, calling your daddy a faggot. Now, did I call? No. Nope. I don't even use those type of words because I have respect for the gay community. I'm a real goddamn man. You got to respect other people and their differences. I'll let you know right now. I have no problem with gay people getting married. Nope. I have no problem with accepting gay people's money. Fills my pockets rather well. And the same thing with my company. Never had a problem with it. So here we have Sergeant Willie Pete. Right now he is throwing red meat to the crowd. He realized that what he was doing before was not working. Didn't nobody want to listen to that crap. Didn't nobody want to be, man, depressed. It's a hard enough economy. You know, folks losing jobs everywhere, and you talking a whole bunch of mess. Nobody wants to hear that, man. But Pete has realized right now that he has two people that he has to keep up with. And that is the Calvary and Statuesque 1. Did y'all hear that new video? Yeah, y'all did. Loved every minute of it, didn't you? So did I. Even let my mother hear it. She was blown away. Just letting you know, Stat. That was a real groundbreaking video. Black women, we are much better than this. I'm telling you, it was a real earth mover. They really need to hear it from an African American woman. They needed to hear it in their own voice in order for them to actually understand what was going on. You just told the truth. Excellent. But back to Pete's meltdown. But just like Icarus, when you don't listen, you lose. And there was a listening problem going on. You had a whole bunch of brothers, man. I'm talking about some serious names over there. Maconomics, Remedy MP, Mahindev. Shoot, plenty more who are just dropping in, dropping out. Dark Messiah. Trying to tell this brother, hey, bro, you're off your rails. MTK King. Now that brother woke Pete up in the end. I gotta give it to MTK King. Boy. Chicago do grow. he took a couple of slices out of Pete on two different threads. I ain't never heard Chicago do grow talk like that. But I do now. Now I'm gonna watch out. Kaptan Solo, you got some introspection, boy. You got to figure this out. See, I warned you too. You can't be sitting around here accepting orders from the sisterhood to come back to us brothers and start throwing brothers out. Oh, you can't say this and you can't say that. Are you out your damn mind? That's insane. Because the same thing can be said for you guys in reverse. Leave Hispanic people out your mouth. Leave Asian people out your mouth. Leave white people out your mouth. White men, white women. Asian women, Asian men. Just talk about black issues. Name yourselves Mufasa 1 and Mufasa 2 and don't talk about nothing else but black issues. Yeah. Find yourself pigeonholed, don't you? Just talk about black women and keep it quiet. Don't talk about nothing else. Don't even talk about ABC. Yeah. Gets real difficult. So you brothers got to watch what you're talking about. You also got to listen to what you're saying. I mean, if you are so close and you're receiving messages from the sisterhood, then you've gone too far. When you find yourself sitting up there talking about, well, Garcelle Bouvet Nilan is Haitian. So therefore, she shouldn't have any scrutiny when it comes from black people. Well, then what I have to say is that Garcelle Bouvet Nilan should not mention any Americans in her diatribes, since she's Haitian. And the same thing with any of the other women that you mentioned, like Halle Berry or Halle Berry. See, Pete got caught doing exactly what he accused African American women of doing, and that is spreading out like ants. All of a sudden we're caught. So now Garcelle's not a black woman, neither is Halle Berry. And isn't that what black women do? They say, oh, no, she's Haitian. He got that information from the sisterhood. Oh, no, she's biracial. But a moment ago, Pete was sitting up there talking about, oh, come on now. How you going to sit up there and claim her as black and then just jump up and say, no, she's biracial now. Doing the same exact stuff. I don't know about y'all, but I just can't take any more divisions of black men. I mean, how ridiculous would it look if we were all standing, in a park somewhere, and they're like, "Hey, African Americans, hey, black people, raise your hands, raise your hands in the air like you just don't care." And the Haitians keep their hands down, the Africans keep their hands down, the Belizeans keep their hands down, the Jamaicans keep their hands down, and it's just the African Americans. And nobody will be able to tell the difference between the other Jamaicans. They're like, why aren't you raising your hands? I'm just pointing out how ridiculous that sounded coming out of a black man's mouth. I ain't confused about what's going on, so don't you sit up there and try and confuse everybody.